Hello, friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to come to you today with a quick story time. This is a story from my life that is really important to me that I almost never tell, and I do not tell it in the book, but it is kind of relevant, so I thought I would tell it today. I've been making some posts on my tumblr.com, and you can go there and read them if you would like, darkworldwork. .tumblr.com or slash tumblr.com. And the last post I made was a collection of lyrics from rap music, and it made me think of a story from my life that I would like to share with you today. And it is about the time or the fact that I was waiting for Tupac the night that he died. I was at the club that he was supposed to go to after he left the fight. I think it was called the SRO at the time. The club changed names like every 5 minutes, but I think it was called SRO at the time. I was only 15, but my dad knew the man who owned the valet. So I begged him to let me sit in a car in the parking lot so I could just lay eyes on Tupac just one time in life. And he really didn't even want me in the parking lot because obviously it was Tupac and anything could happen. But I gave him this whole speech about how I could maybe never happen again and I would likely never be at a Tupac concert. And I just wanted to lay eyes on him. I just wanted to see what he looked like in the flesh. And he begrudgingly allowed. And I was sitting in a car and I was waiting for him and I saw a commotion, but I didn't hear any gunshots or anything. So I wondered what was going on. And my dad came up to the car and he said, "We have to go. Pac got shot." And I was just like Biggie. I was like, "Again?" And he said, "Yeah, but this time he wasn't wearing his bulletproof vest. It was too hot." And I thought at that moment, I was like, well, he's done. Because the last time, the only reason he survived was because he had the vest on and he'd already been shot in the area. And I just figured it was over for him. And it was so tragic because I was so close. Like, I just wanted to see him. But I thought in that moment, like, if it was me, I would have said, I'd rather die than put on a bulletproof vest. It's 100 degrees. It's nighttime. If you look at the pictures from him, he was actually wearing a sweater vest also. I know he probably didn't even want the sweater vest on, but they asked him, he had to wear the sweater vest to cover up the bulletproof vest. And that's just too much. And that would have been a breaking point, a turning point, a crossroads for him. Because if he had put the vest on that night, it might have protected him again, but still it would have connected him to this life of sin and death that he was really just too good for. And in that moment, he might have thought in a blink, just like anybody would, "I'd rather die." And he was really ready to do that. And because his spirit and his soul, he was a poet, an artist, a dreamer. His energy was meant for better things. And so are a lot of people. And that, I think, is the message of the story time. But it's just a really interesting story. I think if I was ever to tell it, I would tell it in a book of a larger collection of stories that are like that I have from my life that are very spirited. Maybe I would call it All My Friends Are Ghosts. But that's just one. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back to read from Dark World Light Work. Love you.